Hi, my name's Linda, and I'm going to tell you how to improve your posture with Pilates. Hi, my name's Linda Magid, and I have the highest rated beginner mat Pilates course on udemy.com. And I also own Pilates for Real Bodies, an online mat Pilates studio. And I'm going to tell you in this video how Pilates can improve your posture. So first you need to know, this video is not diagnostic in any way. I'm going to talk very generically about why we have poor posture and share some exercises with you on how Pilates can possibly improve your own posture issues. So please keep that in mind while you're watching this video. Also, you really need to subscribe to my channel. I have so many great videos about Pilates. I tell you about what the difference is between Pilates and barre. I tell you the difference between Pilates and yoga. I show you some videos on how you can get started in Pilates. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can get even more content about this amazing exercise program. Let's talk about why we might have bad posture. In this video, I'm going to tell you about some very basic, common issues that we have with our posture. I'm going to go over some of the muscles that we need to build strength in and flexibility in to have better posture. And then I'm going to show you some exercises in Pilates that will help you stand up nice and tall. So first, let's talk about why do we have bad posture? Well, for most of us, it's pretty obvious. It's a lot of because of the technology that we're using every day. So when we use our phones, clearly we are not standing up straight with our shoulders down, typing on our phone. We're hunched forward, looking down. Here's a perfect example of what it looks like with everybody looking down at their phones. Isn't that terrible? It looks awful. This is what we all look like. The other problem too is we're sitting at our desks. So when we're sitting at our desks, we're hunched forward at our desks, hands are here, but then we're also looking up. So we're jutting our head forward, our neck is in this terrible position here, shoulders down. Oh my God, we're teaching our bodies how to have bad posture and be rounded forward because we're in that position so much of the day. Even on our couches, we're sitting like that. We just kind of sit down further. Or even looking down, oh my God, it's terrible. It's truly an epidemic for our backs. But there are ways to fix that. But what is happening there? What's happening is we're allowing our chest muscles to shorten because we're keeping them in this position all day. And then we're leaving our back muscles to be stretched instead of strong. So if you have strong back muscles and you have flexible chest muscles, then this is going to resolve by lifting you up. It's not about having the chest pushed forward. It's about having your shoulder blades back and down. That is where you're going to have good posture. So by stretching the chest and tightening your back, you're doing the opposite of tight chest, loose back. And so you're bringing those shoulder blades back and down and standing up nice and tall. You also want to be teaching your body to have the shoulder blades back and down. It's not just having a strong back, but it's creating that muscle memory. So you want your brain to think, oh, my muscles need to pull my shoulder blades down my back without you having to think, oh, I better stand up straight. And that is what Pilates is going to teach you. The muscles that will keep your shoulder blades down and back are the rhomboids, which are in the middle of your shoulder blades and will pull the shoulder blades back to help open up the chest. Then your trapezius muscles are at the top of those shoulder blades, those muscles that are right up here. That's going to help also with pulling the shoulders back because those are going to be nice and strong. And then your latissimus dorsi muscles, it goes along the bottom of your back, but then reaches up into your arm here. It's helping you lift up that rib cage. So that's giving you that nice open chest. That's what we want to be thinking about, opening the shoulders. In your low back, if you really take a moment, think about its design. You have your hip bones, nice and big and strong, and then you've got these little bones connecting to your rib cage. So you got rib cage, hip bones, and then a little line of bones. Not real supportive, but without that, we wouldn't be able to do all the twisting and turning that we need to do. So you want to have very strong back muscles in order to support that spine, to save it from pain, and to help with your posture. Because if your back muscles are not strong, then you're going to have even more of that hunching forward because your back muscles are weak and gravity is starting to pull you here, and it's going to pull you down even more because the muscles at the very low part of your spine are not lifting you up and pulling you up. And then your core. I mean, it's the key to everything, right? So you have your rectus abdominis and our transverse abdominis. This is considered the girdle muscle that pulls your core in and is the biggest of the muscles. It is the one that's all the way to the back. And it's called the girdle muscle because it's the one that pulls your stomach in. And then of course you also have your obliques. So you want to have a nice strong back to help support that rib cage and help support your whole spine. The last muscles that you need to think about to have good posture are your chest muscles. And essentially that's all about stretching. So while you're certainly not going to stop doing your push-ups, I haven't stopped doing my push-ups, you still want to have strong chest muscles, but they need to be flexible. And we're going to talk about that too. Now that you know the muscles that you need to strengthen and stretch for improving your posture, let's look at the Pilates exercises that will help you get there. We're going to start with the upper back. I'm going to go through some exercises that we do on the mat, but I'm not going to go through them in great detail. The best way to improve your posture is to actually do one of my classes. You can find the link below for my on-demand program where you get 4 classes a month and you can do them whenever you want, night or day. So be sure to go down below and click that link and sign up. The first set of exercises we're going to look at are for your upper back. Let's start with breaststroke. Breaststroke is an excellent exercise where you are lifting your upper body up off the floor using your back muscles. You keep your face down to the floor, don't lift your chin, and when you bring the arms forward, you're adding weight to your upper back. We're not using actual weights, we're just using gravity and your arms. T-pull is very similar, and we are using weights in this one. 1, 2, 3 pounds at most, because you don't want to overdo the work on the shoulder when it's out like this. You don't want it so heavy that you're hurting the shoulder joint. You're bringing the arms back to your hips and then bringing them forward into a T. This is a great exercise for the lats. This exercise doesn't look very challenging, but trust me, it is. And for your spine flexibility, we have seated spine twist. It's important to know that your thoracic spine, which is the part of the spine that is between your rib cage, needs to be somewhat flexible. It's not nearly as flexible as the low back part of your spine, but it does need some flexibility. So while we're going to strengthen the muscles, we're also going to work on the flexibility of that part of the spine. I like to keep my hands at my chest because it keeps me from shifting my shoulders. And you are not twisting in the low back. I know it kind of looks like that, but if you see, I am not shifting my feet and I'm not shifting my hips. I am stretching in only the upper back. This exercise is not meant to be something that is super difficult. It is truly meant for mobility in the upper back. We're going to look at just a couple of low back exercises. When we do these exercises, your upper body is going to stay on the floor and you're really trying to relax the neck and the shoulders as much as possible. And you're thinking about lifting the legs, but not the feet. What happens with people is they lift the feet and they bend the knees and then they think they're getting really high, but they're not. You want to think about the space between the thigh and the floor. That is where the focus is. You are lifting the legs as high as you can. You're clicking the heels together 3 times, opening up the feet and dropping. So you can just see how much work is happening in my hamstrings and my glutes and my low back. Swimming is an advanced exercise, meaning we do it toward the end of class. The intention is to think more up than pushing down. So you're trying to lift your legs and your arms as high as you can in this exercise. And we do 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out. We do about 5 rounds. Now we've come to the core. And if you know anything about Pilates, you know that Pilates is all about the core 100% of the time. So I'm just going to show you a few exercises that maybe you haven't seen, or if you're not familiar with Pilates, so you can just see how they may be different from something else that you're doing. But if you do Pilates, it's all core all the time. Here is the 100, quintessential Pilates exercise. We pump the arms 100 times, our breath moves with the pump of the arms, and we breathe in 5 times, breathe out 5 times. We do that 10 times, it's 100. Roll up, classic exercise. This is where you are slowly rolling up. You're not throwing your body forward. You're reaching 3 times, slowly rolling down. You're working the upper muscles of the core, you're working the lower muscles of the core, and you're also getting a nice stretch in the backside. Series of 5, or ab series. It's 5 exercises, super hard on the abs. They start easier, get harder as you go. Try not to take a break in between any of them. We start with single leg stretch, bringing one leg in, the other leg points away, head is forward, looking at your belly button. Next, double leg stretch. So the legs are coming out and the arms are stretching to your ears. Single straight leg stretch, bringing the legs to the hands, not the hands to the legs. A little pull in the leg gives you a nice stretch. Double straight leg stretch. Hands behind the head for support, dropping both legs down, lifting both legs up. Last thing, crisscross. You're thinking about the collarbone to the knee, not the elbow to the knee. This one, I mean, what can I say? It's a series of 5. It's totally hard. And if you add a ball, if you add a large ball, if you add the ring, if you add bands, you add anything, it gets harder. And then chest stretches. So there's lots of different ways to stretch your chest. Here I'm going to show you just a few. You can take your hands, put them behind your ears, pull the elbows back. There's also just opening up the arms to the sides and stretching the lower part of your chest. You can lay down on a foam roller and open up those arms, let gravity pull the arms down. Lastly is coming to the corner of a room and putting your elbows up and just leaning in. So you can do these stretch exercises as many times a day as you want to really open up that chest. And then when you work your back, you're working your back to make it stronger. And that is how Pilates can help you improve your posture. I hope you got a lot out of watching this video. I appreciate you getting all the way to the end. Good for you. Now that you're here, you should definitely subscribe to my channel and you should watch another video because my videos are awesome. I love Pilates. That is the only reason I'm doing this, because I want as many people to know that Pilates is possible for them. People think that Pilates is just for young, skinny people, and that is not true. If you have a body, you can do Pilates. So I hope to see you on the mat. Thanks so much.